Lovely to be here.
Thank you for coming. You've had a busy old time of it. You're doing lots and lots of work for the film, aren't you?
I'm exhausted.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
You were on, was it Radio 1 yesterday, having balls bounced on the top of your head?
Little plastic balls.
Yeah, we won't have you doing anything like that. I promise, I promise.
You've gone for the full bunner, haven't you? There's a movie, there's the album, there's the songbook. I mean,
I'm milking it. Oh, yeah. No, across
Go
every
for it.
platform, yeah. No, I'm going for it. Yeah, I like to create that sort of world because David Brent is like, if he was real, you know, it's a fake documentary, but if he was a real sort of reality star or, you know, he would want to do those things. He would want to have his album in the real world and his songbook, you know, and he takes this completely seriously. He thinks he's changing the world with songs like Equality Street and Slough. And so he absolutely means it.
Because we all saw the film and we laughed.
We laughed.
We went to the press night and I'd never seen The Office. It's the only thing of yours that I'd never seen, so I worried that I wouldn't be able to follow it. But it's a story all on its own,
it's standalone.
isn't it?
If you've never seen The Office,
is.
it's about a delusional middle-aged man who I know, there are lots, I know, who decides to be a rock star, but he's so desperate for fame, and he had a little bite, you know, back in the office, and now he's giving it another go, but he's paying for it, he's cashing his pensions.
Very sad
and you're sort of right,
well,
it is a male thing, and that's one of the themes Yeah, it is. One of the themes I do is sort of men as boys and women as adults, because it's sort of true. But nowadays, everyone's a narcissist. You don't need a midlife crisis to be a narcissist. You know, even things like Celebrity Big Brother have sort of changed now. That today's it's like a zoo. It really is.
And you touch on that when you're trying to explain to someone, I was David Brent of The Office, and then nobody knows who he is.
It moves so
moved
quickly.
on.
And also that time was different. You know, The Office came out of me watching a lot of those quaint docu-soaps.
There's nothing quaint anymore.
No, a normal person would get their 15 minutes. Now they've got a DVD to show the kids. But now people live their life like an open wound. They do anything to be famous. They do bad things to be famous. You get rewarded for bad behaviour these days.
I agree with you.
Because there's an ambiguity to David Brent, because he's not a terrible person. He's trying to do the right thing, but he gets it wrong because he panics. It's about that sort of middle-class angst where you don't know what to say. He's fascinated with difference. He wants to walk into a room and go, oh, I'm not a racist. Do you know what I mean? Because he's worried about... And, you know, we all worry about what we say, and we say the wrong things sometimes, but we're not inviting the cameras in our life 24/7, so he gets caught out. So it's this relationship that he thinks it'll all be OK, and he wants to show off, and he wants to be discovered, and he wants people to like him, but... he panics.
And I think that is why, and Linda and I discussed this after we went to see the show, why we loved the film so much, is because there's a bit of Ricky in all of us. You know, we all want every... David.
You'd say there's been a bit of Ricky in
That's two great sound bites you've given us. Having balls bounced on his head, and there's a little bit of Ricky in all of us.
We laughed and we shed a tear as well at the end.
You know, it's because you feel for him, because he's not a bad...
drink.
I know. It's like, that's all he wanted. He thinks he's looking for something, but he's looking for something else and he doesn't realise it. It's because fame has sold him this lie that it'll sort everything out. He's mistaken popularity with respect, and you'll never get respect by just doing anything to be famous. And that's, you know, we've had a whole generation of people who've seen these people be millionaires for
But maybe people aren't looking for respect anymore.
Well, I think they just equate... Now it's almost corporate. People know, they go in there, there's the relationship. They almost say, get me on Big Brother and I'll behave badly, and they go, yeah, you promise.
It's,
you know...
the fee.
Exactly,
We've got to go to a quick ad break. You're going to stay with us for a wee bit, aren't you?
Yes.
OK, I promise to call you by the real name.
I can't wait for the next thing you say.
I'm sweating.
I know. It's good.
I'm going to start dancing. Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces, and click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.